you find that they're recycling the same set of rappers and everything now. Because that is what they can afford, as opposed to back then when they used to actually fly down to us. You know what I mean?
Come try Link Killer.
Exactly. Come try Link. Killer and Fugees and Beanie and Janet and Maya and come on.
This is what I catch Tifa interview.
So now it changed because we're not as impactful.
Tifa interview.
Jaja.
It's not a mix up, it's just Tifa.
When the truth is, we can argue that it's been aborted. We abort because it's when I talk to people nowadays, like young artists, for example, and I keep saying young artists, it's not an age thing. I'm talking about people who are
generation
in this era.
This era.
I talk to them.
You want girl to come spit in your mouth and make him come. That's not no song.
Dancehall influences and adverse to how they
yeah, that's what it was. I want a girl to come spit in your throat and come. Vibrate on it and suck off it. That's all them think. That's not no song. That ain't no song. Fuck that generation young kids. For real. We ain't scam my family get a good then and
the football, Manchester United football, everybody was there. I'm gonna talk to Ella, I'm gonna talk to everybody. Whatever the case may be. You know who I was most nervous to go talk to because of just the impact of the artist with Killer. Wow. You know what I mean? Bounty Killer. To me, the biggest star amongst them was Bounty Killer. Now, when we talk to new artists, it's almost like I don't even know who our legends are. The word that they're gonna quote to them out is Jay-Z. And 50 Cent. They talk about Jay and 50 so much. You see that it's like them not really rate and love our people. How much you think that is? And of course that's cable. Because I'm a little older than you. So when I grew up, I saw when cable came in. But I also grew up before that when if you have satellite dish, you not really see certain things, right? Or when you go for the summer and get your tips from the box and all them things there, MTV, you see. But how impactful has been that whole cable thing in our Jamaican culture?
It has been greatly impactful because everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be...
Wu-Tang.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Everybody loved the culture. And we were foreign-minded. Everybody, even if I couldn't travel, I did want to be that barrel kid. Right, you know what I mean? Right. But I think with the loss of certain programs, because we were still impactful, even after that great introduction of cable and whatever else, I think with the loss of programs like 106 and Park, where even though it was an American program, you still saw Beanie Man, you still saw TOPICE, you still saw, you know what I mean? Those outlets where I heard they're bringing it.
Jaden, all right.
I heard that too.
I'm not come out of my kitchen, boy.
I think with the loss of certain programs and programming, that kind of contributed to it.
Right.
And again, we don't, it's funny, we don't.
Jaden, all right.
America celebrate them artists, and I don't think we do it enough.
Even into age, as they get older.
I don't think we do it enough because I think, and then with the advent of social media, these kids now, they just see what's in front of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In real time.
They just see what's in front of them, and that's what. It's not like we used to dig up a history and who did this and who did that there. Yeah. Okay, so this person is hot right now. All right, this me I work with. You know what I mean? So this person is on the shade room right now. Okay, then this is...
Jaden.
I don't think that we're celebrating...
I'm not calling again, little boy.
Our icons enough.
Kaylin and Jaden, come. You see, look at chance I get for walk, and now I can't walk until I get up. You now can't walk until I get up, to tell you the truth.
And one of the last interviews that I did was Lexus. And it took me down a history lesson, and I'm like, yo, for probably 3 years, this man had dancehall in a chokehold.
Yes, he did.
You know what I mean? And he don't get the respect him deserve, even up to this day. If you're going to one party and you say, then old man I get the girl, them say, what?
That is true.
Up to now.
Very true.
Girl, you better can cook. Dance done. Irrespective of the generation, irrespective of what is going on. Like, you know what I mean? But they're not celebrated enough.
Picnic here, old man again.
And I think we as a people need to start celebrating our
good music.
When you go Trinidad and you go Carnival, them treat Michelle like royalty. Them treat Alison, them treat with a royal couple name, Fayan and Bungie, like listen to me. Them treat them like royalty because they've represented on an international scale for us. You know what I mean? And they've done a lot for the culture. So I think that's what the issue with us. We need to start celebrating our people. It should be when Shaggy decided him to go to Shaggy and friends that Shaggy is the man. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that when Sean Paul decided him going to do this over here, so that, oh gosh, Sean Paul is the man. You know what I mean? They need to be celebrated. They need to be in history books. They need to be, because they have done a lot for the culture and the people of Jamaica. You know what I mean?
You know, it's an originality says a lot too, because what I will say is there is never a plethora of female artists that's on
Look,
top of the scene.
catch up with it.
It seems to me like it's so
You don't stop in there behind me. Get up and go on. Get up and go on. Tell you know if you be a 9. Get up and go on. Alright, Jordan. Jordan, get up and go on. Me listen to me music, me artist. Jordan, get up and go on. Come out of my room, Jordan. Me call over this. Come out of my room, Jordan. Alright.
multiple
I agree with you.
artists, like 10 Fireside, go on one time.
I agree with you completely.
But let me ask you this: everybody sound like them one another. That's one thing I've never heard Tifa and think it was such and such. I may never hear such and such and think it's
Because
Tifa.
everybody's singing in a particular style now because they think that is the style that people want, as opposed to just being yourself. Everybody wants to do this cute, nasal, breathy thing and sing about big cucumbers and, you know,
Dicky.
my insides
And suck down and vibrate pan it and
Hold on, wait,
it's mostly vagina they think about Jamaican.
them insides.
Yeah.
Them
Talk it to ticket. Go the ticket.
There's nothing wrong with that because all of that's to passage. But
No, it's all you're saying to it. That's what I'm saying because
but there's so many other things to sing about. You know what I mean? And I made a conscious effort because when I really think about it, I sat again as an observant woman and I really looked at certain things. And I'm like, the people that people love and gravitate to,
No,
is
no
real
sense.
people. That are singing about real things. You know what I mean? So, Chronic Girl was motivated to dance.
Right.
Same thing with Bottom of the Barrack. One girl in the eye for me and she smelled like camphor ball and rice. You know what I mean? Stop laughing. And you know what I mean? Spell it out was because at the time, there were so many bleeps in the songs, and Broadcast Commission decided that you have to clean up the songs, and they don't want no bleeps. I was just like, listen, if you can't say what you want to say, I can spell out what you want to say. And that is how Spell It Out came about. You know what I mean? Me too, one came about because everybody used to sing about wife, and I realized when they made to them, the side chicks were living a better life than the wife. Let's explore things from a different
Angle.
you know what I mean?
reality.
I'm gonna lock back my fridge. I'm not talk to no. I'm not talk to no. When no food in there, they easy up.
This is about a man that was
Kaylin come. Kaylin come. And I skip to la Lou. I watch me on the time I done.
There's so many other things to sing about. Why I feel like say when YG come and say these roads of flames are catching a fire, the people them gravitate because it's refreshing, it's different.
Different. It's not the same. It's all right. Because sometimes we think about the difference in the production. We're not thinking about the difference in the lyrics and the dialect. And the,
Sonically how it sounds.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
be real. The same song I'm telling you with Whiskey and Thames.
yeah.
I don't know what Thames said still morning, you know. I need you in the morning. Boy, I need
That's all you know, right?
Yeah, but I know what you're saying in the front part. But sonically,
It worked.
it sound good, and then for the chorus, all my ears, you don't need no other body. It works.
But let me ask you this too, because we're talking about the lyrics right here, which is one thing.
I call blend up. We talk about
Most of the
music.
people who have gotten away unscathed with
We are
the
talking about music now.
damage that dance hall and reggae have gotten are the producers.
The
right?
dance hall.
Because bear in
Down
mind,
to
and them I met the rhythm, but the artists have voice, man. To some degree, the pendulum have shifted where producers,
yeah, man.
producers at some point
Mm-hmm.
held the heavy hand. And producers could have, them are the one where I say, I'm a voice here, I'm not a voice here, whatever the case may be. The dark keys and the sad chords and the dark chords and stuff, them I put it out, right? Let's talk a little bit about the production because again, the thing that I dug with Afrobeats and still dig with Afrobeats is this.
I fuck with Afrobeat.
If you
Never
ever
die.
muted the vocals,
Like,
right,
I fuck with
and just
Afrobeat.
let the instrumental rock,
It's still
you
gonna be
probably,
pop.
may not say you would have missed the vocals, but you
It's
still
still
gonna
a be
enjoy the rock just the
popping.
same.
I'm going to say two things.
Afrobeat never died out. No matter how you try.
Standard and
I'm going to scream share the live now. I'm to left foot tap it. Me there with my left foot a boy. I need help. Go sit down, Jada. Me there for my media. Go sit down. Alright. Me now go say go sit down with your broken, you know. Oh. So I'm not pay for that. Jada, me say go put on clothes and go fix up yourself as a man. Go and fix up yourself. Kaylin, come here to come sit down. Go and fix up yourself. I know you want to people here and you can't even fix up your underpants. Jada, go fix up yourself.
There's no standard. Whereas before, it never sounded good. Sonically, you could go on the radio. The sound man them never play it. Right. So the man come from saying all comes down to a standard. Right. They used to uphold a standard.
So the quality, the line of quality assurances.
Go and sit down.
If you did after, I'm sorry.
Let me get this. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let's see if I run. Don't come back in here.
Right.
Time I say go fix myself and go get her pants. And that mistake. You look nasty. You don't look that good.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
You don't mix good if it does sound good, if it like it's not. You know what I mean? But not everybody's like that.
Right.
You know where the man come from? But before we used to have a standard, and because we don't have a standard now, because anybody has myself the application, you can produce the next you can be a producer.
It's a juicy fruit.
And it don't necessarily mean that, because some people can be
fresh.
Yeah. Some people can be self-taught. It's not everybody can go to.
They go show that blue pants. Go put that in your watch now. That dirty. Take it down. Don't.
Full seal.
Yeah, full seal. So everybody going to have whatever. Some people, some of them taught, like the jammies them and the people them.
Self-taught.
Yeah, them taught. So could them
talking
teach them.
But
And again, there was a standard, and if you're never ready for the road, you
Yeah.
put it.
And there was no problem with somebody letting you know that, you know, keep working on your thing.
You're just disgusting. I'm getting me talking about what's near you.
You know what I mean?
I say go sit down.
I'm telling you this, by the reading.
I'm not talking to you no more. You know what I do? I'm not talking to you no more. Me and we talk.
I'm going at the party and I said, damn, this not mix good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's the hype right now. 2-3 months later, nobody cares. Nobody
So
cares.
true. Don't come in here.
How do we
Don't come in here. All right. Don't come in here. Go in your room.
No. That we used to, we're pushing out back the hits that took Sean Paul and Shaggy and Patra and Shabba to number 1. You know what I mean?
Stare at the sun, don't come off your bed. All right.
Standard of music.
You know, when we were at genealogy on our panel discussion, there's a word that you used quite a bit, and
Substant.
I appreciated it because I think that's half the reason why we are where we are right now. The word you were using a lot was intentional, right? In terms of you have to do things intentionally. Success, intentional. Sonics, intentional. Lyric, intentional. Rather than just making something and hope you stumble upon some form of greatness.
Amen.
You know what I mean? The difference between trying to make a hit versus making a classic. Some people start a hit. There are many hits I've listened to and loved, but once it died 2 weeks later, it never resurrected.
Something was popular, yeah, popular hit.
I mean,
because usually hits are classic, so it's popular.
Well, put it this way, you have some major hits where you can't. I mean, I say popping up, but in my headphones. When me driving a mic here, all right, I got draw an arbitrary one because it ain't reggae and dancehall. I remember when Thong Song came out, couldn't get enough of it. I got the Cisco album. But me can't, in my right mind, put that CD there and that thing right now. Just no sound. Unless me I listen to Incomplete.
Sir, talk for yourself.
What you say?
Right now.
It's a problem.
Listen, I got Ben Valley coming. Depending on me there. And shimmy to time.
It is so.
Talk for yourself. You're a man. You are a man.
Well, maybe that's a wrong one. I wrong choice.
Yes,
wrong
sir.
choice.
Me hear a song right now.
It's a problem.
Do that just to scan them, sir. So shimmy coming there.
Hey. Talk it true now.
It's stiffer. Listen,
Tifa always bust down the truth. I like Tifa. As a people in a dance hall, no side, fully Tifa, yeah. She is the one of the artists that me like a Jamaica. Fully truthful. Rub them out. Him and Jada Kingdom. Me, I love them two girls. When it come on to musical, like those girls stand on moral. Those girls stand for where they stand for music. The last time Jada Kingdom say, why should I sell something when I could do it? And look on Tifa, come up and talk. I like that for Tifa. Tifa, yeah man. Tifa, yeah.
It's the ladies. I remember playing a whole show. I'm gonna call ladies now.
Ah, when you put them twisted and then call it double giant or whatever, Tifa, you are the girl from the beginning to the end.
The Leelas of, you know, Lisa's and that whole crew there. And I spent a whole hour. So I said to
My
them,
crew,
we have enough ladies,
my dog,
right?
set
We
loop.
can balance the whole thing. But I do think the bagger man thing, I think the industry has suffered from too much testosterone. I retract it, not testosterone, because enough of them men are not testosterone. They suffer from too much.
They are female.
The dance floor, they now make songs for the women. Again, that much. And the woman ever dance to, and people can dance to. All the songs with them called girl song.
I don't get
No
throat.
vibrance to it.
Don't get your throat. Don't get so let me come over if you want me to mock it, y'all. Who want to figure dance and hear a boy so long? Them all, we call it put a slime over your face. Put them come over your face. Like, what I want to go dance all here 1 year. Don't get my throat back. You ever got a doctor? You ever hear them come up with the doctor song yet? Say, yeah, we're going to check up on things are right and you're putting your throat back.
As simple as that.
As simple as that. I can't tell you what to sing. That's the worst thing you can do.
They're very creative in Jamaica. Everybody are artists in Jamaica. That's what I was a customer and say, go for here, so everybody can be an artist.
My generation was this. Your generation is what you live and you see is chopping and banging and spit. But
and spitting in your face and spitting in your mouth, yuck.
You can sing anything you want to sing. You can sing. Take for example.
See there? Talk again, Tifa.
Shabba Motherpot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple Duff
I
Chicken.
literally want gun song, you know. It is a gun song, but it was done so tastefully and sung so beautifully.
Yeah. That you
If
forget
you
that
forget
part.
that he's literally saying, a boy should have put the beretta. You know what I mean?
So it's not what you do, is how you do it.
It's how it's again.
Or you're presenting.
Production of that song.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And he's literally telling a story. Biggie them and everybody else, Killer them, everybody else, Beanie everybody else. I didn't have to my gun to the spragger do what I did. But it was tastefully done, and it was done to a standard.
So the standard is what we've lost.
Exactly.
I can so relate to the whole standard thing. I remember when before I put up my first album ever.
We're not talking about Dana. We're not talking about Dana. We are talking about live.
I know all about the mastering part of it.
When we grow up, when they have TV, we are talking about Tifa. Tifa is in my generation.
Digital Chris.
Me are 32 years. Me are 35 years old.
And he sent me back.
So you can see me age. We are up on the right interview.
Like, at the moment,
regular interview, see it?
Right
there, so.
I played. I was in my fields. And him never played. Now, I sent it to somebody else who obviously had no standards, right? And they played it. I remember like yesterday. Morgan Heritage, right? Tara Riley, she's royal. G. Cole, favorite ones. You see my hand go down, right? And then Richard Spice, Marijuana Upon the Corner. And that was how it went. Up like this. And that was the moment when I got it. Because it never did at the standard. And it had nothing to do with the lyrics, had nothing to do with the actual instrumentation. It's just in the mix, master, the production. It never did what the other things are. And he was honest enough, damn near doing me a favor by saying, I'm not do this. But as in my low feelings, until I saw for myself what am I talking about.
Sometimes you gotta check ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I have to check ourselves. You're young. You know, at that time you're probably young in the thing and everybody probably
What about mirror? When I spit mirror.
And nothing worse than being in a room with people less talented than you, Because everything you do is great because it's above what they could do. But you need to be in a room where you are the less talented person in the room. And I think that's hard for a lot of people.
You're less talented, but you should be able to take criticism and you should be able to go. Some people bad mind, yes. But if I have a song and I play it, and somebody said, boy, you know, me not really did that. Well, I'm the type of person weird. I don't listen to my songs.